What if the vegetable you thought was helping your heart is actually pushing you closer to a heart attack? You've heard all vegetables are good for you, but for seniors over 60, that may be one of the most dangerous health myths of all time. In fact, new studies reveal some vegetables can silently spike your blood sugar, inflame your joints, and even raise your risk of death by up to 83%. And most people over 60 have no idea. Welcome back to Senior Health Boost, where we break down the science that keeps your body strong, your mind sharp, and your independence intact. In today's video, we're exposing the 4 vegetables you absolutely must eat after 60 and the 4 you should never touch, especially if you're trying to protect your joints, balance your blood sugar, and stay healthy for years to come. We'll rank each one from least to most powerful or dangerous, so you'll know exactly what to keep in your fridge and what to toss out tonight. And the number 1 most dangerous vegetable, it's likely sitting in your kitchen right now, and one study linked it to a shocking 91% increased risk of heart failure. But the right ones? They're not just safe, they may slash inflammation, improve your memory, and even add up to 12 years to your life. So before we dive in, drop your city or state in the comments. We love hearing from seniors all over the country who are taking charge of their health. Let's kick off the list with the good guys, vegetables that fight back against the silent threats aging throws your way. Ranked from great to absolutely essential. Number 4. Purple cabbage. It may look like a simple vegetable, but purple cabbage is secretly one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods seniors can eat. What gives it that deep, vibrant color? It's called anthocyanin, a plant compound that acts like a cellular shield. Anthocyanins roam through your bloodstream, neutralizing harmful free radicals that cause cellular damage and speed up aging. In fact, a 2020 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who consumed anthocyanin-rich vegetables, like purple cabbage, had a 24% lower risk of heart disease. But the benefits don't stop at your heart. Purple cabbage is also packed with natural prebiotics and fiber, which feed the good bacteria in your gut. And that matters a lot, because your gut health affects everything: immune strength, inflammation levels, nutrient absorption, even your mood. For those over 60, a healthier gut means fewer infections, less bloating, and more energy from the foods you already eat. When your digestion works better, so does the rest of your body. How to eat it? The trick to getting all these benefits: keep it raw or lightly cooked. Overcooking destroys anthocyanins. Try tossing shredded purple cabbage into a salad. Slaw it up with a little apple cider vinegar and olive oil, or stir-fry it quickly with garlic and turmeric for an anti-inflammatory punch. It's affordable, easy to store, and lasts for weeks in the fridge, making it one of the most underrated daily health tools for anyone over 60. If you're struggling with joint stiffness, high blood pressure, or gut discomfort, this humble veggie might be the simplest way to get relief without pills or powders. Number 3. Okra. Now, here's a vegetable that gets overlooked far too often. Okra, that green, slightly slimy patty's actually a blood sugar balancing powerhouse, especially for seniors. Yes, its texture may be polarizing, but what's inside okra could be life-changing. Inside those pods is a special gel-like fiber called mus. It's not just fibery, it acts like a sponge in your digestive tract, slowing down how fast sugar is absorbed into your bloodstream. That's incredibly important after 60, when many people begin to experience insulin resistance, and condition where your cells stop responding well to insulin, the hormone responsible for moving sugar out of your blood. When insulin resistance kicks in, your blood sugar levels spike, leading to long-term damage in your blood vessels and increasing your risk of stroke, kidney failure, and heart attacks. But here's the good news: okra helps fix that. A 2021 study published in Food Science and Nutrition found that adults who ate okra daily for just 8 weeks saw fasting blood sugar levels drop by over 20%. That's a major shift without medications, injections, or complicated diets. And okra does more than just help with blood sugar. It's also high in vitamin C, magnesium, and antioxidants, a triple combo that supports your immune system, calms inflammation, and protects your joints. How to eat it? If the texture bothers you, try roasting it in the oven at high heat. With a little olive oil and garlic, you'll get a crispy, savory version that eliminates the slip. Or add it to soups and stews, where it naturally thickens the broth. Still not convinced? Think of it this way: your blood sugar control is one of the biggest predictors of aging well, and okra is one of the simplest natural tools to help you regain control, one bite at a time. Coming up next, we'll dive into vegetable number 2, a leafy green with science-backed effects on memory, blood pressure, and even fall risk. But we'll also start looking at the dark side, the vegetables that could be making you weaker, sicker, and more inflamed without you realizing it. Make sure to stick around, because what we cover next could be sitting on your dinner plate tonight. If you thought purple cabbage and okra were impressive, just wait, because the next 2 vegetables are about to take things to a whole new level for your heart, brain, and circulation. Let's continue with vegetable number 2, beetroot, that doesn't just brighten your plate, but may literally open your blood vessels while supporting your brain at the same time. Number 2, beetroot. Beetroot may look like a humble root vegetable, but it acts like high-powered medicine for aging arteries, especially after 60, when blood pressure tends to creep up and energy begins to dip. Beets become more than just food, they become a lifeline. Here's why. Beetroot is one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates. When you eat it, those nitrates convert into nitric oxide inside your body. Nitric oxide acts as a natural vasodilator, which simply means it helps relax and expand your blood vessels. The result? Improved circulation, reduced blood pressure, and less strain on your heart. And it's not just theory. A 2019 clinical study published in Hypertension, research found that seniors who drank beetroot juice every day for just 4 weeks saw their systolic blood pressure drop by an average of 11 points. That's a shift you'd normally expect from prescription medication with none of the side effects. But there's more. Better circulation means better brain health too. Your brain depends on constant, steady blood flow to deliver oxygen and nutrients. Without it, memory gets fuzzy, decision-making slows, and mental energy fades. In fact, a 2017 study published in the Journals of Gerontology showed that older adults who consumed beetroot before physical activity had significantly more blood flow to the frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for memory, focus, and decision-making. And it's not just about your heart and brain. Beets are loaded with betalains and antioxidants that help reduce chronic inflammation at the cellular level. For seniors dealing with arthritis, joint stiffness, or long-standing aches and pains, this matters more than ever. Plus, beets contain folate and manganese, two essential nutrients for red blood cell production and energy metabolism. Translation: your body runs more efficiently, and you feel less drained during the day. Now, how do you get the most out of this ruby red root? Start by roasting whole beets in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit until fork tender, about 35 to 45 minutes. Roasting brings out their natural sweetness while preserving nutrients. If you're short on time, vacuum-packed cooked beets are a fantastic no-fuss alternative. Just slice and serve. Want something cooler? Try blending beets into smoothies with a little apple and ginger for a brain-boosting, circulation-loving drink. Or, for a pure concentrated dose, go with beet juice. Just make sure it's 100% beet, no added sugars or preservatives. Beets are nature's gift to aging blood vessels, and by improving circulation to your heart, your muscles, and your brain, they can help you feel younger, stronger, and more alert in your daily life. But while beets deliver deep internal support, the next vegetable works like a daily multivitamin, one that strengthens your eyes, your bones, your blood pressure, and your memory. Number 1. Kale. Kale is often praised as a trendy superfood, but the truth is it's earned that title. For seniors, kale may be the single most comprehensive vegetable you can put on your plate. Why? Because kale doesn't just do one thing, it does many. Let's start with your eyes. Kale is packed with lutein and zeaxanthin that are critical for eye health. These pigments collect in the retina, where they help filter harmful blue light and protect against macular degeneration, a condition that affects nearly 1 in 3 seniors. But the power of lutein and zeaxanthin goes beyond vision. A 2020 study published in Neurology revealed that seniors with the highest intake of these nutrients experienced 32% slower cognitive decline than those who consumed the least. That means better memory, sharper attention, and a reduced risk of mental fog and confusion. Kale also plays a major role in supporting heart health. It's rich in potassium, a mineral that helps balance out the sodium in your diet, lowering your blood pressure naturally. That's especially crucial for seniors, as blood pressure control reduces the risk of heart attack and stroke dramatically. And don't forget about magnesium. Kale contains impressive levels of this essential mineral, which helps regulate heartbeat, support muscle function, and reduce anxiety. Seniors low in magnesium often report fatigue, irritability, and poor sleep, all of which kale helps counteract. Now, there's more. Kale is loaded with vitamin K, which plays a crucial role in bone strength and blood clotting. In fact, just 1 cup of kale provides over 100% of your daily recommended vitamin K intake. That's especially important for postmenopausal women and older adults who are at higher risk for fractures. Plus, kale's high fiber content helps with digestion, satiety, and blood sugar control. For seniors trying to maintain a healthy weight or reduce their risk of diabetes, that's a big win. So what's the best way to enjoy kale? Raw kale in salads can be tough to chew and hard on digestion. To fix that, try massaging it with olive oil and lemon juice to soften the leaves and enhance nutrient absorption. For cooked options, lightly saute kale in olive oil with garlic, or toss it into soups for an easy nutritional upgrade. Want a quick side dish? Baked kale chips in the oven. Just drizzle with olive oil, sprinkle with sea salt, and roast until crisp. They're crunchy, satisfying, and far better for you than any bagged snack, whether raw, cooked, or blended into smoothies. Kale delivers an impressive list of benefits for aging adults: fighting inflammation, boosting memory, strengthening bones, and protecting vision. So, there you have it, the 4 vegetables you must eat after 60. From the antioxidant shield of purple cabbage to okra's blood sugar support, to beetroot's circulation boost, to kale's all-around superpower. Each one works in a different way, but all share one mission: to help your body age stronger, not slower. But we're not done yet. Now that you know the best vegetables to add to your plate, it's time to talk about the ones to take off. Because next, we're diving into the vegetables you should never touch after 60, and some of them might be hiding in your fridge right now. Stay tuned, because what comes next might surprise you. Let's keep the momentum going. You've already discovered the vegetables that can revitalize your heart, brain, and body after 60. But just as important as knowing what to add to your diet is knowing what to eliminate. Because the truth is, some vegetables, even ones we've eaten for years, can quietly sabotage your health as you age. Let's dive into the 4 vegetables you should avoid, starting from the least harmful and building to the most dangerous. Number 4. Corn. Corn might seem harmless. It's a backyard barbecue staple. Pops up in soups, stews, and side dishes, and even masquerades as a vegetable on TV dinners. But here's the hidden truth. Corn isn't the golden health food it appears to be, especially once you're over 60. Why? Because corn is a high glycemic food. That means it causes your blood sugar to spike rapidly, faster than you might expect, even compared to some processed sweets. These spikes trigger a flood of insulin into your system. At first, your body responds. But over time, that response dulls, leading to insulin resistance, a gateway to prediabetes and full-blown type 2 diabetes. A 2020 study published in Diabetes Care found that older adults who regularly consumed high glycemic vegetables like corn had a 46% increased risk of insulin resistance and cardiovascular disease. And the danger doesn't stop there. Unlike complex carbohydrates like lentils or oats, which offer sustained energy, corn gives you a burst of sugar, followed by a crash. That roller coaster effect: quick energy, then fatigue, puts stress on your heart and wreaks havoc on your hormones. Over time, this contributes to weight gain, inflammation, and fatigue issues that compound as we age. And that's not all. Most corn grown in the US is genetically modified and heavily sprayed with pesticides. Even if you think you're getting a natural product, it may carry hidden chemical burdens. So what should you do? If you love corn, treat it like an occasional indulgence. Avoid creamed corn, canned corn with sugar, and especially sweet corn varieties that have been bred to contain even more sugar. Instead, opt for vegetables like cauliflower, broccoli, or zucchini, low glycemic alternatives that stabilize your blood sugar rather than spike it. Corn isn't poison, but for seniors, it's a quiet disruptor that wears you down slowly, meal by meal. Number 3. Potatoes. Potatoes. Mashed, baked, roasted, or fried, they're the ultimate comfort food. But after 60, they may not be comforting your body the way you think. Potatoes are extremely starchy, and just like corn, they're high on the glycemic index. This means they convert into sugar fast, very fast. That triggers a spike in blood glucose, followed by the usual insulin surge, then a crash. Over time, this up-and-down cycle becomes dangerous. A 2016 study published in the BMJ followed over 70,000 adults and found that frequent potato consumption, especially fried or mashed, was associated with significantly higher risk of high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. The problem worsens when potatoes are stripped of their skins or drenched in butter, cream, or salt. Not only do you get the glycemic spike, but also added fats and sodium that burden your cardiovascular system. And let's talk about portion size. It's almost impossible to eat just one small serving. Baked potatoes are large, fries are served in baskets, and mashed potatoes come in heaping spoonfuls. Each serving delivers a heavy load of carbs with very few protective nutrients. If you're craving something starchy, opt for sweet potatoes instead. While still a carb, sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic load and contain beta-carotene, potassium, and fiber. They digest more slowly and support more stable energy levels. Or better yet, swap your side of spuds with cauliflower mash, roasted squash, or steamed turnips. They offer flavor, texture, and nutrition without the blood sugar spike. Potatoes aren't inherently evil, but for seniors, they can quietly chip away at your stability, energy, and cardiovascular health. Now that we've uncovered the first 2 offenders, get ready. The next vegetable is even more shocking, and it may be sitting in your fridge right now. Number 4 on the dangerous list was potatoes. But now we move on to the next 2 offenders that silently put seniors at risk every day, starting with a vegetable many assume is healthy simply because it's low in calories. Number 2, eggplant. Eggplant, while colorful and common in many kitchens, hides dangers that most seniors have never been warned about. Its main issue lies in its natural defense compounds called alkaloids, specifically solanine and nasolinine. These are substances that help the plant protect itself in the wild, but inside the aging human body, they can stir up inflammation in your joints, muscles, and even digestive tract. A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology reported that frequent consumption of alkaloid-rich vegetables, like eggplant, was associated with increased oxidative stress and reduced nerve signaling, things seniors already struggle with. For people dealing with arthritis, nerve pain, or chronic inflammation, Eggplant may make things worse, without them even realizing it. The danger grows when eggplant is fried or grilled, as it soaks up oil. Like a sponge, that oil, once heated, can introduce inflammatory fats into the body. The result? A perfect storm of alkaloids, oxidized oils, and heat-induced toxins that spread inflammation through your bloodstream, affecting not just your joints, but also your circulatory and nervous systems. And that's not all. Eggplant contains oxalates compounds that can crystallize in the kidneys and contribute to painful kidney stones. After 60, kidney function naturally declines, making it harder for the body to flush out oxalates. In a 2019 study published in Annals of Neurology, high oxalate intake from vegetables was found to increase kidney stone risk in older adults. Beyond inflammation and kidney issues, many seniors also report digestive discomfort after eating eggplant, particularly when it's undercooked or served with the skin on. Bloating, gas, or gut irritation are common complaints, especially in those with sensitive stomachs or a history of reflux or GERD. So what can you do if you love eggplant? Eat it sparingly, prepare it with care, and never undercook it. Removing the skin and soaking slices in salt water for 30 minutes before cooking helps draw out bitterness and reduce the concentration of alkaloids. If you insist on including it in your diet, keep the portions small and the cooking methods light. But for many seniors, it may be safer to replace eggplant with lower-risk vegetables like zucchini or bell peppers, which offer similar textures and flavors without the inflammation risks. Finally, we've arrived at the #1 worst vegetable for seniors: canned tomatoes. Let's be clear, fresh tomatoes are not the problem. In fact, they can be incredibly good for you. But canned tomatoes are a different story altogether. They represent a toxic pairing of acidic food and chemical-lined containers that could be quietly undermining your health. The primary concern is a chemical called bisphenol A or BPA. This compound is found in the plastic lining of many canned foods. When highly acidic foods like tomatoes are stored in these cans, the acid causes BPA to leach from the lining into the food. BPA is a known endocrine disruptor, which means it interferes with your hormonal system. For seniors, whose hormones are already shifting and sensitive, this is especially risky. A 2020 review in Environmental Health Perspectives linked BPA exposure to increased blood pressure, insulin resistance, and cardiovascular disease, all issues that disproportionately affect people over 60. Additionally, BPA has been associated with cognitive decline, which makes it doubly dangerous for seniors already concerned about memory loss. Beyond BPA, canned tomatoes are often loaded with added sodium. Just one serving can contain over 400 milligrams of salt, and many people eat far more than that in one sitting. For seniors managing blood pressure, kidney function, or fluid retention, this is a serious issue. High sodium intake leads to water retention, bloating, increased pressure on the heart, and swelling in the lower legs and ankles, symptoms that are frequently dismissed as part of normal aging. Even more troubling is that many canned tomato products include added sugars to balance out the acidity. Sugar in combination with high sodium and BPA forms a trifecta of inflammation that affects nearly every system in your body. Inflammation of the blood vessels, nervous system, and even digestive tract can quietly grow worse with every serving. If you rely on tomatoes for sauces, stews, or soups, here's a better option. Switch to fresh or frozen tomatoes, or look for BPA-free canned options. Glass-jarred tomato sauces are also a safer choice. When cooking with fresh tomatoes, add a bit of olive oil to improve nutrient absorption and flavor. You still get the benefits of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant found in tomatoes, without the risks associated with chemical leaching and excess sodium. To wrap up this eye-opening list, remember this: not all vegetables are created equal. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to what you put into it. While some vegetables like kale, beets, and okra can help protect your heart, brain, and blood sugar, others like canned tomatoes, eggplant, and corn can do the opposite. It's not just about eating more vegetables, it's about eating the right ones. If this video helped you rethink your plate, hit that like button and subscribe to Senior Health Boost for more science-backed tips every week. And tell us in the comments which vegetables surprised you the most. We're reading and replying to every single one. Your next bite could change everything. Thanks for watching. So far, we've uncovered the surprising dangers of seemingly innocent vegetables, but we've saved one of the worst offenders for last. #1, canned tomatoes. Now, you might be thinking, tomatoes? Really? After all, they're red, juicy, packed with lycopene, and often marketed as heart-healthy. But here's what most seniors don't realize. When tomatoes are packed in cans, they become a totally different story, one that could be quietly harming your heart, your hormones, and even your brain. Let's break it down. The inside lining of most food cans is coated with a chemical called BPA, or bisphenol A. It's used to prevent rusting and preserve the shelf life of the food, but there's a hidden cost. BPA is a known endocrine disruptor. That means it interferes with your hormone system, especially estrogen and testosterone, which are already naturally declining as you age. This chemical disruption doesn't just cause minor discomfort, In seniors, it can lead to weight gain, low energy, irritability, sleep disturbances, irregular heart rhythms, and more. And the real danger is how easily BPA makes its way into your body when it comes into contact with acidic foods like tomatoes. Tomatoes, especially when canned, become the perfect vehicle for BPA to leach into your meal. The acid in the tomatoes breaks down the chemical lining in the can, and BPA seeps directly into the food bite after bite, can after can. You don't taste it, you don't see it, but your body absorbs it every time. A 2020 study published in Environmental Research showed that adults with the highest levels of BPA in their blood were 91% more likely to develop heart disease than those with the lowest levels. That's not a small number, that's nearly double the risk. And for seniors with pre-existing heart conditions, that's a red flag waving loudly. But that's not all. Canned tomatoes are also a sodium bomb. Just 1 cup of canned tomato sauce can deliver over 500 milligrams of sodium, nearly 25% of your daily limit in a single serving. Most seniors eat more than 1 serving without realizing it, especially when cooking pasta sauces, stews, or if you're already on blood pressure medication or managing heart disease, this level of sodium can be downright dangerous. High sodium raises your blood pressure, stiffens your arteries, and forces your heart to work harder. In aging kidneys, they struggle to process excess sodium efficiently, which can lead to swelling, fatigue, and further blood pressure issues. Combine high BPA with excess sodium, and what do you get? A perfect storm of heart stress, hormonal imbalance, and accelerated aging. And the worst part, most people over 60 have no idea it's happening. But you don't have to give up tomatoes entirely. There's a safer, smarter way. First, switch to tomato products in glass jars or Tetra packs, which are BPA-free and don't leach chemicals into the food. Second, consider making your own sauces from fresh tomatoes. Roasting tomatoes in the oven with garlic, olive oil, and herbs brings out the same rich flavor without the toxins. Third, if you must use canned tomatoes, always look for brands that are BPA-free labeled, and be sure to rinse them before use to reduce excess sodium. It's not perfect, but it's far better than doing nothing. Finally, add healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil when cooking tomatoes. It helps your body absorb lycopene, powerful antioxidant in tomatoes that supports heart health, and reduces cancer risk without the harmful extras from the can. Canned tomatoes may seem like a small detail in your diet, but over time, they can become a major contributor to chronic disease in older adults. This is especially true if you're eating tomato sauce multiple times per week. And for many seniors, that's exactly what's happening. Let's be clear, after 60, every bite counts. You don't have the luxury of guessing anymore. Every food choice either builds you up or slowly breaks you down. Now let's take a step back. We've gone through 8 vegetables, 4 of them like kale, beetroot, purple, cabbage, and okra are your powerful allies. They fight inflammation, protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and help you move with confidence. The other 4, they pretend to be harmless. But behind the scenes, corn, white potatoes, eggplant, and canned tomatoes are quietly spiking your blood sugar, stiffening your joints, and disrupting your hormones in ways that you might be mistaking for just aging. But it's not just aging, it's a pattern. And it's one you now have the power to break. Your diet should work for you, not against you. And here's the best part. Change doesn't need to be overwhelming. You don't have to cut out everything at once. Just start with one swap. Choose fresh tomatoes instead of canned. Steam cabbage for dinner. Add roasted beets to your salad. These are simple, doable steps that can transform your energy, mobility, and clarity over time, because now you know better, and when you know better, you do better. Before we wrap up, let's hear from you. Drop a comment below which vegetables shocked you the most today. Was it the canned tomatoes? Or maybe potatoes you thought were safe? We read every single one. And if this video helped open your eyes, tap that like button so YouTube knows to share it with more seniors who need this life-changing information. And don't forget subscribe to Senior Health Boost and hit the bell so you never miss a new video. Every week, we're diving deep into science-backed health tips to keep you strong, sharp, and independent no matter your age. Your body has carried you through decades of life. It deserves better than random guesses and outdated myths. Let's get it right together. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.